Hey, yarny friends! Welcome to my channel, Handmade Art and Crafts with Amber. I am your host, Amber, and today I wanted to do a ball winding video. So I got inspiration from a good friend of mine named Juan the Yarn Addict. Well, we all consider each other friends, so that's why I call him a good friend. And he has been giving me advice and stuff on, how, to basically run my channel. And so I decided I liked his ball winding video so much that, I wanted to try it and see how it did on mine. So this is my Stanwood, YouTube family, Stanwood. So now that we've gotten the introductions out of the way, I will get started. So my daughter used this yarn and it is leaking all kinds of places. And it is the brown from I Love This Yarn from Hobby Lobby. It's one of my favorite yarns. It is soft and it has, it's smooth without being too smooth, if that makes sense. So I wanted to cake this up because, well, it's a fairly full skein of yarn for the most part because she didn't really use much out of it, but it's loose enough that the more it gets handled, it's going to get more floppier. So it's not really floppy yet, but it'll get there. So anywho, I'm just going to go ahead and get started, and yeah, hopefully my children can give me a few minutes to get this done before we have our evening activities. I am redoing this. I started the other day with a Knit Picks. And to be honest, I really love the way this one feels. It's an awesome ball winder. Don't get me wrong, Knit Picks is. But I have had this one and it's been working just fine for 9 years. It's just towards the end of the cone, I just have to slow down a little bit, and maybe that's just, I don't know, maybe that's God telling me to slow down and take a breath. So, here's the end of it here. It's this little arm that comes out. You feed it through here, and then you feed it through this one, and then you, there's two little notches at the top of this cone that you basically lay this, and it holds it in place. So I usually start out a little slow when I get started. Hold on, I want to go, I'm trying to remember. I'm gonna switch sides here because I'm used to doing this right-handed, so I'm gonna move it around a little bit and be right-handed now. So I usually, like I said, I usually like to go a little slow when I get started. And hopefully this stool isn't too, normally I'm sitting in a chair, but I'm on my knees in the floor right now. Hold on just a second, let me put it on a big pause. Where were we? Just getting started. So like I said, I slowly get started just to get it going. And to be honest, I'm probably going to go a little slow anyway throughout most of this because the stool isn't exactly, I'm normally sitting in a chair and putting my feet, there's little bars that go across it. It's like a bar stool that we've just had for years. My daughter's used it for her art easel, so there's like paint and stuff all over it and stuff. So I kind of took it over and it's become my ball winder table. It's like the perfect size for the ball winder on here. So, but I'm trying to keep a little bit of tension on this so that way maybe I can fit this whole skein on. But you can see there's some static, definitely. The static is not my friend with yarn here lately. It is super staticky and dry in this house. So yeah, just drop in the comments down below. Let me know, do you have any current projects you're working on? Do you wind your stuff into cakes? Or do you wind it into balls and use it from balls that you've hand wound? Or do you just use straight out of the skate? Now see, I could technically have just wrapped this yarn around the outside of it and just called it a day, and just, because it was already ready to go center pull. So I didn't need to do this, but to be honest, I'm not a fan of I had a knot go through my fingers and I don't know where it's at now. I'm not a fan of wrapping it around the outside because it just, I don't know, it just gets weird and funky, and I would rather pull from the center straight away, and so I just cake them up and then I store them away and we'll use them eventually. So the only reason I have this color brown is we make, I wouldn't say a lot, but her and I have been making a few amigurumis that have not required necessarily, our choice of colors have been the dark brown and the lighter brown to make, you know, horses and camel, or not camel, what is she making? She wanted to make a llama. She started a llama. She hasn't finished it yet, but alright, see, I'm probably about a ½ inch or so from the edge of the cone. For some reason, my stand wheel, when I get a little bit closer, it's going to start wrapping around the bottom of the cone. But if I slow down here in a minute or two, see, it's starting, I don't know if you can see, but right here it's starting to wrap around the bottom. So I just kind of have to keep an eye on it and make sure it doesn't keep wrapping around it, and I can make it go up and stay on the cone. And right now it's doing fine, but see, there goes one. But like I said, it gets to this part, and for some reason it's supposed to do 10 ounces. And I can tell you right now, this skein of yarn at its fullest is only 7. So that is one of my gripes with this ball winder. Again, I've had it for 9 years. I don't know if it's the static that's causing this issue or what, but I still have quite a bit of the skein left, and I still have a fair amount of cone here. I mean, my finger, it's just about as big as my finger is wide, which is, you know, just under ½ an inch. So I still have quite a bit of room on there, but it just, for some reason, it gets caught. Am I not going fast enough? I mean, I don't know, like, sorry it's cutting off my head, but I had to get up off my feet for a minute because I was sitting on them. And now I got a wee bit of a tangle here, because when it starts to get towards the end of the skein, it likes to pull extra strings with it, and so it gets caught up on itself. Yeah, see, I don't know, I'm just not going fast enough or what, but it should be, I don't know, it should be wrapping around the cake, but yet it like catches the edge of the cone, because I don't know, but I'm just gonna go a little slow, and it'll just take a couple more minutes here, hopefully. And you know, I probably could have wound a little tighter. I wasn't going too tight. Yeah, this is my biggest gripe with this, is this last little bit. I have to basically baby it. But you know what? The quality of the materials that this thing is made out of feels so much better to me, in my opinion, than the Knit Picks. Now, again, the Knit Picks one is amazing. I can get this whole 7-ounce thing on there in no time at all, but I was using it with my Bernat blanket the other night, and it made a pop sound, a really loud pop, and now it clicks. It makes a knocking sound. So I don't know if it does, nothing looks broken on it. See, just have to continuously, every time it comes around, I just make sure it goes up and over the cone, and just I keep a tight tension on this so that we can keep going. But I don't know, I don't know if I just didn't do this tight enough or what, but sometimes I'll do this. I'll kind of push on it, kind of condenses it a little bit and gives me a little bit more room to look. Almost, come on, almost go again. But yeah, I don't know. I got a little knot there, a little break in the skein there. So I don't know, see, now it's wrapping lower, so it's gonna look a little funky. Yeah, I just gotta keep an eye on it and just baby it through this last little bit. I don't know. I just, again, if you can help me in the comments and help me figure out what I'm doing wrong here for it to keep going underneath like this. Because if you don't pay attention, it can get wrapped up around the up in here, and then you have to cut it all out, and that's just, I mean, who wants to ruin a bunch of yarn like that? I don't know if you can see, it's starting to kind of, like, the cake is, yeah. I don't like to push it in like that, but sometimes it helps. And I may just recake this after it's done. See, it's just... Hey, you know what? Real life. This is what it's like when I wind these skeins. Is I just get to this point where it's frustrating, but I'm a stubborn person, so I'm gonna keep doing it until it's all on there. Oh, come on. Like, it has so much room on there, but yet it gets wrapped around the bottom of this for some reason. I know I keep saying that over and over again, and I'm sorry about that. I know my kids get tired of hearing me say the same thing over and over, but it's just how frustrating it can be sometimes. So yeah, you know what? I'm going to put it on a brief pause and just finish this up real quick, because it may take me another 10 minutes, and I don't want to keep you on here. So I'm going to put you on a brief pause, and we'll be right back when I'm done. Alright, I'm back, and I just have probably about another 6 feet of this left that I'm going to just baby through this last little bit. I don't understand. But, you know, we reached the end. So I like to just pull it around and kind of tuck it underneath some of the straps, not straps, some of the strings on the inside there, so it'll stay put. And then I make sure to release this off the top, because if I don't, it'll get sucked down below, and it'll basically cause me to flip it over, which wouldn't hurt nothing, but I like to keep this the top of the cake, because the bottom of the cake's a little slightly bit different looking. But I hold on to this so it doesn't get pulled in. This is my tail here. I don't know if you can see that on the camera, but I just like to hold on to it as I pull it off, and you can see it's already collapsed in on itself. You can see here's the bottom. It has like has that cone shape in there, and there you go. There is almost 7 ounces on here, but like I said, I don't like to mess with it too much, because I don't want it to get too loose down here. So a lot of these little ones that hang, I'll take and kind of just roll up on the side, just so, you know, it's not coming undone. And then I just kind of put it away and save it for another day. So anywho, I do appreciate you guys coming and watching my channel. Juan shouted me out on his Facebook group, and that just about done me in when he did that, because I was like, oh my gosh, this is so awesome. And my daughter heard it, and she was all fangirling too. And so anyway, I do appreciate you guys stopping by and checking me out. And I know Juan was able to get over his nerves in the first, you know, month or so, and I'll get there. But yeah, it's definitely taken me some time to get there. I just don't know what to talk about to you guys. I feel I was telling another friend of mine on the YouTube streets that I feel like I'm a boring person. I don't have a lot going on. I homeschool my 3 kids, so they're always around. So trying to fit these videos in where I can, I just hope and pray that I can get just a smidge of solitude from them, so I can get some quiet video done. And you know, my husband works, so that's awesome. He does all the hard work, and you know, we keep the house clean, and we do school at home, and we have our outside activities, so we're not always, you know, like stuck in the house doing school and cleaning. You know, we're not recluses like that or nothing, but we do get out. The kids are in activities, we go to church, and so yeah. Yeah, so I really do appreciate you guys being here, and I'm gonna get off here. And don't forget to like and subscribe and give me some thumbs up on the video, and that will greatly help me out, and I appreciate it. And I will see you on the next video. Thank you for stopping by. Bye, friends.